the chapter that deals with the clothes, the dressing of the Prophet ﷺ. And this includes a number of ahadith. The first one was narrated by Salama, may Allah be pleased with her. She said that the apparel dearest to Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the shirt or the qamis. Now, what is a qamis? The second hadith also would be on the same platform. The apparel dearest of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam's messenger was the shirt he used to wear. The third hadith also proves that the Prophet ﷺ used to love wearing shirts. Muawiyah ibn Qurrah narrates that his father came to the Prophet ﷺ in a group of men from Muzayna to give him the Pledge of Allegiance, and he had his shirt set loose. What is to have a shirt loose? Meaning that the buttons of the shirt were set loose. So I inserted my hand in the breast of his shirt and touched the seal. So he went from inside and touched the seal of the Prophet alayhi as-salatu was-salam. What does this all indicate? One, it indicates that the Prophet used to love wearing of shirts or qamis. What is a shirt? A shirt is a dress that has two sleeves and an opening where you insert your head from. So anything that has this description is called a qamis. And it usually has buttons to button it up. So the Prophet used to love this qamis. Why? Because it conceals the body well, rather than having just a piece of cloth on top of you like we wear in ihram when we go for umrah or hajj. This can fall off. This needs to be all the time rejoined and tied well. While the qamis by itself, you can be mobile, you can be mobile, meaning you can move around. You don't need to be careful that it would fall by itself or the likes. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that when Muawiyah ibn Qurrah, that his father Qurrah came to the Prophet ﷺ and his buttons were unbuttoned, this doesn't mean it's a sunnah. Otherwise, why wear a shirt from the first place with buttons? Buttons are made to conceal your body by buttoning them and close the shirt. But sometimes you may, due to heat, due to any other reason, unbutton some of them. So it is not a sunnah per se to always unbutton your shirt and go everywhere like this and say, well, this is a hadith and it's a sunnah. No, it's not a sunnah. It is something that was randomly done, rarely done by the Prophet ﷺ for such a purpose. Then in the following hadith, Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, says that the Prophet ﷺ came out leaning on Usama ibn Zayd when he was sick ﷺ. He came out leaning on Usama ibn Zayd, may Allah be pleased with him and with his father, wearing an outer garment of chorus cut cotton fabric, which had thrown on loosely, then he led them in the ritual prayer. What kind of a garment was it? It is a harsh, rough material that was made from a fabric brought either from Bahrain or from Yemen, which indicates that the Prophet ﷺ was not wearing something that was soft, that was luxurious, that was expensive. Rather, he used to wear whatever was available, and he wore it loosely. Tawashshaha bihi, meaning that he brought it from underneath and through left arm and threw it on his right, and from underneath his right arm and threw it to his left. So it's like a crossing over his chest so that it would not fall easily. The following hadith is by Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him. He said that when the Prophet of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam donned a new garment, whenever he wore a new garment, he would call it by its name. Then he would say, "Oh Allah, praise be to you as you have clothed me with it. I beg you for its goodness and the goodness of what it has been made for, and I take refuge with you from its evil and the evil it was of what it has been made for." What is this hadith about? Whether it's a head garment or a shirt or a waist strapper or a suit, the Prophet would used to call it by, "Oh Allah, you have given me this shirt. Praise be to you as you have given me this shirt or these trousers, and I ask you of its goodness." What kind of goodness we're asking Allah for? To conceal our awrah, to make it last and not wear off, to make us wear it without any arrogance or showing off, and seeking refuge in Allah Azza wa Jal from anything that is contrary or contradicting with this. And this shows you how a believer is supposed to deal with Allah's favors and blessing. When you ask Allah Azza, when you praise Allah, who among us remembers to praise Allah whenever he puts on a t-shirt or a trouser or a new piece of cloth or a turban or whatever? Who among us always seek Allah's favors and blessing through what we've been awarded and seek refuge in Allah Azza wa Jal from its evil? Rarely you will find people connected to Allah through this concept, and this is why following the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ and always showing your gratitude and appreciation to Allah Azza wa Jal shows how a true thankful and grateful servant of Allah you are. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.